Mobili. Top 10 high-performance motorcycles at a reasonable price. Value is something all buyers seek, no matter the price. And the value of something is perceived in different ways. Sometimes, we are willing to pay more for products from a particular brand because the brand stands for something, giving the product value. For the large majority of buyers, though, a budget is set and then the options within that budget are evaluated for their value. So in the interest of dispensing valuable consumer advice, we've set a budget of roughly $10,000 and are going to list motorcycles that offer great performance in their respective segments. 10. CF Moto 450 metric tons. We'll encounter the engine from the CF Moto 450 metric tons later in this article as well, in another CF Moto product. Sharing components like this is what allows a brand like CF Moto to streamline both production as well as service and repair, and bring the purchase price down. We're only too happy to see the likes of the 450 metric tons, with its 449 cubic centimeters parallel twin engine, traction control, slipper clutch, switchable ABS, smartphone connectivity, and even OTA updates. However, it promises to retail at CF Moto pricing, which is to say, lower than the competition. It might miss out on ride modes like the Himalayan offers, but it boasts tubeless tires with spoke rims instead, something that both the Royal Enfield and equivalent KTM don't offer yet. 9. KTM 390 Duke. There are a number of motorcycles to choose from as a beginner, but if you want the baddest, fastest one of them all, there is only one choice, the new and improved KTM 390 Duke. The latest generation has now upped displacement to nearly 400 cubic centimeters, and power has gone up accordingly. It is even more refined, but you can still be a hooligan on it. Supermoto ABS, traction control, and launch control are all available as standard, too, alongside the 5-inch TFT color display. 8. CF Moto 450 SS. CF Moto has been making waves of late with its range of motorcycles, and the 450 SS is a strong contender in its entry-level sports bike segment. Its parallel twin engine offers nearly the highest horsepower figure in the segment, and it pairs it with top-quality components. Upside-down front forks, a radial front caliper from Brembo with 4 pistons, ABS by Continental, and a 5-inch TFT color display that can link up with your smartphone via Bluetooth are all standard. You can even switch the gear lever around for a reverse shift pattern just like a race bike. 7. Yamaha YZ450F. The 450s are the last word in off-road motorcycles. Manufacturers try their darndest to tune them to produce usable power instead of making the rider feel like a bomb has gone off every time they open the throttle. The YZ450F manages this somewhat, but you'll get the most bang for your buck by choosing a 450 cubic centimeters dirt bike from the blue corner. It is all you'd expect from a top-spec competition machine, including titanium valves, a KYB suspension that is fully adjustable and speed-sensitive, and a unique way to change the engine's character via a Bluetooth connection and an app on your smartphone. You can tune the engine mapping, traction control and launch control using Yamaha's Power Tuner app, among other things. 6. Triumph Bonneville T100. The Bonneville T100 is what other neo-retro motorcycles want to be but fall short of. It oozes retro British charm with the two-tone paint scheme, dashes of chrome, and spoke rims. However, under the skin, it is a thoroughly modern motorcycle, with a ride-by-wire throttle offering traction control, Brembo brakes with switchable ABS, an immobilizer, KYB cartridge front forks, and a USB port under the seat. The options list includes cruise control and heated grips. Among the things we wish it had as standard to make it even better value are ride modes and a center stand, it's on the options list. 5. Kawasaki Z650. The Z650 was one of the first middleweights to go the parallel twin route via the Ninja 650 and ER6N, and all these years later, it remains a potent recipe. It now has the looks of a true Z model as well, which makes it appealing. The parallel twin engine generates torque across a broad range, making it suitable for a number of situations, and the trellis frame cuts weight and makes it more nimble. The electronics include traction control, a great addition for those first moving to this class of motorcycle. The Z900 is also available for under $10,000 with its inline-4 engine, but the Z650 has broader appeal, so it won a spot in this list. 4. Indian Scout Bobber 60. The Scout 60 is the base version of the Scout, but the only real difference while riding you'll feel is the loss of the 6th speed in the transmission. The 78 horsepower liquid-cooled engine, no part cooling like another American cruiser that we could name, is rev-happy and eager to play, and the chassis is more than up to the task of keeping up. It is a great looker, with the chopped fenders, and the fact that it has only a single seat means that you'll always get the best power-to-weight ratio from it. Also, it was a Scout that Burt Munro rode to all those land speed records, so there is pedigree here as well. 3. Suzuki GSX-8R. The GSX-8R is based on the naked GSX-8S and adds a full fairing to it. Since its focus is a little more sporty, Suzuki has added some quality components to it that help ride and handling. Showa provides separate function forks with big pistons, SFF-BP, and the rear Showa monoshock is preload adjustable. The brakes are 310 floating discs with radially mounted 4-piston Nissan calipers. The frame is steel and not aluminum, while the lower set handlebars are made of the lighter stuff. More serious Dunlop Road Sport 2s are present, and a full electronics suite including a bidirectional quickshifter, ride modes, and selectable traction control round things out. You might wonder why we didn't put the CBR 650R here, but that's because Honda is still selling its aged model here. The new one revealed last year remains absent from America. 2. Honda Rebel 1100 DCT. We know you've read about a cruiser already, but hear us out. The Rebel 1100 DCT uses the same driveline as the Africa Twin, which means that a huge chunk of development costs were saved. As a result, you get a 1,083 cubic centimeters parallel twin cruiser with a dual-clutch automatic gearbox for less than $10,000. Good luck finding anything like this near the $15,000 mark, because there isn't any other sporty cruiser that comes close in this MSRP. The beauty of the Rebel 1000 DCT is that it has a really low seat height and, with the right modes, you can soften the throttle response if you're a beginner. This is a cruiser that you can hold on to for a long time. 1. Honda XL 750 Transalp. The Transalp is the younger sibling to the Africa Twin, but it loses out on just 10% of the peak power while giving up 25% of the displacement. It is smaller and lighter than a full-fat adventure touring motorcycle as well, which means performance isn't as blunted as one might expect. Features include 5 ride modes including a user-customizable one, Honda selectable torque control, wheelie control, dual-channel ABS, and its suspension uses a separate function fork cartridge and a ProLink rear monoshock, with preload adjustment at both ends. Unless you want to carry everything including the kitchen sink along on your trip, the XL 750 Transalp is all the adventure touring bike you'll ever need.
I hope to inspire you and help you learn more about your favorite theme. Subscribe to my channel and let me know what you think.